Uh, is there anyone who is planning to write prelims in 2018? No, no. So everyone is planning to write for 2017. Yes. See, if you're planning to write for 2017 prelims, see, I have sent you 8 files. I have sent you 8 files just now, just 5 minutes back. When you go home, just go and say it. What is that? Okay. Now, you're planning to write 2017 prelims, but it should be like this. If you are writing prelims, you should write mains also. If you're planning to write prelims, you should be 100% confident that you will write mains. For that to happen, it's very simple. If you score above 120 plus marks out of 200, if you score above 120 plus marks out of 200, you will write mains. Nobody can stop you from it. Now, for you to get 20 marks is not only your goal, it's our goal also. For that to happen, now what is your biggest challenge? What is the challenge you are facing now? For those people who are studying, who are working hard, for them only this problem is there. What? Time is not sufficient. Now, once you have this problem related with managing time, and to attain this goal of 120, I told you, see, keep this in mind. I don't know what is your opinion about preliminary examination, but my opinion is it is the easiest exam. Preliminary examination is the easiest exam, and if you ask me, mains is a bit difficult. So if why I am saying prelims or preliminary questions are easy, it's very simple. Why? Answer is there in front of you. See, answer is in front of you. Already UPSC is giving you question also, UPSC is giving you answer also. Only what UPSC is asking you is that find the correct answer. What about mains? They are giving only questions. You have to write the answers. So I am not going to that part. So be very clear. Prelims is easy for one reason, that answer is front of there. So you need to be smart enough. You need to be smart enough to pick the right answer. And who is evaluating a prelims answer sheet? It's a machine. Machine will not find out which trick you have applied to get the answer. They only want answer. If it is an answer, they will give you 2 marks. If it is a wrong mark, they will give you negative mark. If you have not attempted, it is 0. Machine only knows that. OMR machine only knows that. So for that purpose, try to understand that to get 120 marks is easy provided you follow certain rules. Rule is, try to understand your problem which you are facing. Your problem which you are facing is in relation to time management. Today I am going to study something. Try to understand its relevance and prepare. Don't study anything without knowing its relevance. Keep this in mind. As a UPSC aspirant, keep this in mind. You need to know the relevance of the topic you are studying or the relevance of the subject you are studying. How will you know that? How much important this topic is or how much important this subject is? How will you know that? If you know that, see the pattern of the questions. See the pattern of the questions. From there, now morning we had a public finance session. Do you think that it is not important? It is not relevant? It's relevant. Why? In 2016, 2 questions. 2015 they asked question. 14 they asked question. 13 they asked question. 12 they asked question. 11 they asked question. So what is that public finance? So attending 2-hour public finance session and reading that material will benefit you. Why? It will minimum guarantee a question. And you will get 2 marks. It's not that the question will come. You can solve it. Similarly, every subject. Find out which is the core subjects. See, your aim, you should now onwards, since the time is nearby, June 18th will go like this. You need to plan your preparation. Which subject I should be very strong enough? In that subject, which all areas I need to be very strong? So if you ask me in that way, there are few subjects which are very important, which will help you to achieve the score of 120 plus. And one of that subject, especially recently, is that economy. Clear? Then see the economy significance. It's not economy. Why economy have become significant? How much questions are coming in the last 6 years? That's very important. See, you need to analyze only this year question. Why? Why this year question you need to analyze to know the importance? Why not before 2011? In 2011 only this preliminary question paper pattern have changed. From 2011 onwards, the present pattern is from 2011. That is 100 questions. You know that GS1 is 100 questions, and you know that with GS1 if you score 120, and in GS2, that is CSAT paper, if you qualify with the qualifying marks, 33% marks, you will clear prelims. So GS1 is very important, and GS1 have only 100 questions. So this 100 questions started from which year? From 2011 only. So if you see this 6-year trend, there are certain subjects are very important. Okay, so one of that subject is economy, then history, then environment, geography, polity. These are the 5 core subjects. 5 core subjects. See, I am including current affair as part of it. If there is a current affair from economy, I am including in economy only. If there is any environment related current affair, it is like that only. So this 5 subjects, if you want to qualify prelims, in this 5 subjects you need to be very, very, very strong. All the important concepts you need to lead first. Then there are certain areas which generally other people don't study. That is science and technology. Science and technology is not mentioned in your prelim syllabus. Prelim syllabus only talks about general science. But you know that in 2016 they asked 11 questions from science and technology. In 2015 they asked 5 questions. All I have posted you in the WhatsApp group. Just see the trend. The last 6 years, which all topics, questions have been, that's why I WhatsApped you. Please go through it after going home. So science and technology is very important. Then international relations. IR, international relations. The last 2 years, 2015 6 question, 2016 6 question. Then what is left? They are asking some questions from general science. Don't waste your time on general science. Don't waste your time. So many of the students have spent a lot of time on general science. UPSC asks only very few questions. See, don't get confused, general science and science and technology. Science and technology is different, it's application part. And see, especially science and technology, there are some subjects, you see it, from which all area you need to focus on. Then they are nowadays, in the last few years, they are asking questions related with from social justice part, from Indian society part, like that. Few questions are asking from that. Basically government welfare schemes and all this. So leave those two. Don't give, means I am not saying that don't give importance, that you can study. So Indian society and social justice, you need to finish it before before your prelims itself. So that if any questions comes from Indian society and social justice, it is there for mains, you can finish it off. But if you ask me, if you are thorough with this 7 subject, somewhere around 90 questions will come from. 90 questions guaranteed it will come from these 7 areas. Now how much marks you need to get? Leave the 10 questions. You don't need to attempt, see, you need to score 100 out of 2, you need to score only 120. Now regarding this 90 questions, I'll try to understand that every subject there are areas which are every year UPSC asks questions regularly. Now you know that money and banking, which is say topic of which subject? Indian economy. You know that every year minimum they will ask 3 questions, yes or no? And if you know that money and banking concept is very clear, can you make sure that all the 3 correct? Yes. Similarly, if you every subjects, so you need to find out, first you understand the importance of the subject, then understand in that subject which area is very important. For economy, money and banking is very important, external sector is very important, agriculture is very important, public finance is very important, especially this year, very, very important. Similarly, see the environment topic. See the history topic. History itself. In ancient India, if you see Buddhism and Jainism, Every year they will get a question. Surely UPSC will ask a question from Buddhist and Jains every year. And what will you do? Without preparing or without revising Buddhist and Jains, you go for prelims exam. And then blame UPSC. UPSC is like that, UPSC is like this, like that. Then polity also. If you see polity, every year they will ask a question from parliament. Last year they asked very few questions, but that year also there was one question from parliament. That was a very easy question. Take the case of, see the trend of these subjects. Environment, if you see environment, in environment, they are giving importance to international environmental organizations. See the number of questions being asked in 2016, 15 and 14. You will be shocked. You will be going to write the exam without knowing that, without preparing it. Science and technology. There are a lot of questions coming from space. Every year they are asking questions from space. Last year they asked 3 questions from information technology. Questions like Project Loon, Li-Fi, like that. So have an idea. And then regarding international organization, they are consistently now asking questions related from organization, international organization, even international NGOs. 2015-16 they have started asking questions. Understand it, prepare accordingly. So be very clear, So these 7 subjects are very important. In that subject, which all area has to be, see, area where UPSC in the last 6 years consistently asking. That area you need to be very strong enough. Now if you ask me, if you find out those areas, from that area itself you will get 50 questions. The area which is favorite for UPSC, if you search for money and banking, you got 3 questions. External sector, you will get 4 or 5 questions. Like that, search every subject. You will get, every year UPSC is asking somewhere around 50 questions from that. And if you are strong enough, you can score well from that 50 questions. Now how much balance mark you need to find out? How much balance? 20 extra marks? Read the other area also. Then getting 120 marks is not at all a problem. Then while doing so, now my aim is that if you are, see, this rule is applicable only if you fulfill these criteria. Criteria number 1, that you need to be thorough with the concepts. You need to be thorough with these 7 subjects. Concepts has to be very thorough. You will be very clear with that. Conceptual clarity has to be there. Without conceptual clarity, this rule can't be applied. That you need to follow it. Number 2, you need to know the UPSC question pattern. And for that to happen, my suggestion is, if you are not started doing it, start doing it. Start practicing 1995 to 2016 previous year questions. Questions are available in the market. So many publications are there. But I am giving a warning now itself. Explanations in many of the publications are wrong. What do you want? You require only questions, not explanation. Explanation, you know it, you need to find out by reading textbook or reading our study material. But solve these 95 to 2016 previous year question. What is the advantage of solving previous year question? One advantage you realized it. Yes or no? That is only one advantage. Second advantage is that you will be knowing UPSC in a proper manner. Unless and until if you are not aware of UPSC questions, the pattern of questions, there is a chance that you will make mistakes in your questions. So the biggest weakness in you, why you are not scoring well, is that you don't know UPSC questions. See, it's not that you are not thorough with the concept. Make it very clear. You are not scoring well in your prelims test because you are not aware of the pattern of UPSC question, not because you are not thorough with your concept. See, it's not because people think that I'm not that much good enough to score high. I am like this only. It's not. Reason is you don't know the pattern of UPSC questions. Then if you don't study, then obviously your mark will be less. So that you need to be you start doing it, find time. I told you, I'm telling now itself, there is a problem. What? Time is not there. Time management is a big thing for you. What you need to do is, find time to solve at least 10 to 15 previous year questions. I'm telling you, every year I tell students to solve previous year questions. But when I'm telling to solve previous year question, what you need to do is, it will not take more than 30 minutes of your day. Just take a question. For example, take 2016 question. Take question number 1 to 10. Imagine that you are going to write the test. Don't find any answer for it. Just take answer key is available. 2006 answer key is not available, but actually if you check our website, answer key is available. But already you have studied. Or then from 2012 to 2015 UPSC have already published answer key. 11 UPSC have not published the answer key. There are some people saying that they got from UPSC through RTI. It's a wrong key. There are a lot of mistakes in that key also. I'm not going to that part. So 2011 UPSC have not published the answer key, but 2012, 13, 14, 15 they have published the answer key. It was published in their website. 2011 they are not published in their website. Some people say, some website or some institute says that they got it through RTI, that key is wrong. There are few questions that key is wrong. So don't rely for 2011. Now what you need to do is, take that question papers, just simply solve the question. When you solve the question, apply the techniques which I am going to teach you now. That's it. And see your success rate. What is your success rate? You have taken 10 questions. You are attempting all the 10 questions, and you find that out of 10, 6 are correct, 7 are correct. And this 6 are correct, 7 are correct, not because you are not knowing it. You applied something, some method to it with your current knowledge, and it started giving you marks. Means it is working. The trick is working. And this trick can be applicable only to what? Only to UPSC question. Don't take any institute's question paper and then practice this method. It will not work. Why? They have not followed UPSC pattern. See, this trick can apply only to, this will work only for, I'll tell you, see, every coaching institute, what they do, they make their question paper very, very tough to show that, see, the standard of our institute. They will panic you, they will panic you by setting questions like that. See, if you see one thing, I will notice one thing, when you solve a UPSC question, once you solve a UPSC question, what do you feel? UPSC question, such an easy question. Have you ever felt so? When? After learning the concept. Once you learn the concept, UPSC question is very easy. Apply certain methods. So be very clear, UPSC question are relatively simple questions. Very few questions only UPSC asks tough questions. So we need to be very thorough with it. I am saying because I have gone through these questions several times. For me, I know 95 question, 96 question, 97 question. If you ask me, sir, which year question, I'll tell this is 98 question or 99 question because I am thorough with it. We know it. We know the question paper pattern. What type of pattern UPSC follow. We know the choice also of UPSC. What type of choice UPSC gives. Choice makes a difference in your answer, question paper. What most of the institute do, they will set the question, but they don't look into the choice. Now, if you don't look into the choice, some strategy can't be worked out. Elimination method will not work, but in UPSC it will work. So, be very clear. So the aim of solving the 95 to 2016 question is what? What is the aim? To know the UPSC questions, how UPSC asks questions, how you can solve those questions. So be very thorough with it. So this is very important. So I am repeating again, you need to be very thorough with this 7 subject. You need to be thorough with 7 subject means this 7 subject you need to know the important or core areas of these subjects. You need to be thorough with the core areas of these subjects. Every subjects have core area. What do you mean by core area? Where from that area UPSC asks questions repeatedly. Now once you know that, and you need to know the pattern of question also, how UPSC asks questions, in which manner they ask questions. For that you need to know the previous year question which is available in the market. The questions are available from 95 to 2016. Please go through it. Now once you have done these exercise, you know the subjects, you know the questions and you know the question paper pattern, then you can follow the rules which I will be teaching now onwards.